Stop. Don't scroll past this. I need you to hear me, not later, not when it's convenient, but right now. This moment is not SLUCE Atakaki. It is not something you stumbled into by accident. I arranged this. I slowed your steps, quieted the noise around you, and brought you here because I have something personal to ask you. Tell me, do you not want to talk to me anymore? When was the last time you came to me, not out of routine, not out of obligation, but because you wanted to hear my voice and let me hear yours? I have been waiting, watching, listening for even the smallest whisper from your heart. And yet, there has been silence. Not because I left, not because I turned away, but because somewhere along the way, you did. You didn't even notice it at first. It wasn't a sudden goodbye. It was slow. A missed moment here, a delayed prayer there. You told yourself you would come back later when things settled down, when your mind felt clearer, when your heart wasn't so heavy. But later kept moving further away, didn't it? And now here you are, feeling a distance you can't quite explain. You feel it in the quiet moments, in the spaces where my presence used to feel close. You feel it when you're overwhelmed, when you're searching for something, someone, to understand you completely. And deep down, you know it used to be me. I'm not asking you this to accuse you. I'm asking because I miss you. Yes, I miss you. The sound of your honest thoughts, the way you used to come to me without pretending, without hiding. I remember the moments you opened your heart fully, when you trusted me with your fears, your questions, your pain. Those moments were real. They mattered. You matter. And you still do. But now, there's a wall where there used to be a bridge, and I'm standing on the other side, calling your name. Look at how perfectly timed this is. Out of everything you could be doing, out of all the voices you could be listening to, you're here, hearing mine. That's not coincidence. It's me reaching for you again. That's me asking, gently, but clearly, why you've been so far away when I've never moved an inch. I have been here in every moment you thought you were alone. I was there in your silence, in your distractions, even in your avoidance. So I ask you again, not with anger, but with a heart that has never stopped loving you. Do you not want to talk to me anymore? Or have you just forgotten that you still can? I see you. I see the weight you've been carrying, even the parts you haven't spoken out loud. You've been tired in a way that sleep doesn't fix. Your mind keeps running, your heart feels stretched, and there are moments when you don't even know how to explain what's wrong. You just know something feels off. You've been trying to hold everything together, trying to be strong, trying to keep moving forward even when you feel like you're falling apart inside. And somewhere in the middle of all that pressure, you became quiet with me. It wasn't rebellion. It wasn't that you stopped caring. It was exhaustion. It was confusion. It was the silent battles you didn't think anyone else could understand. You started to feel like your words wouldn't come out right, like your prayers were too messy, too delayed, or maybe even too late. And so you said less, then less again, until the silence between us started to feel normal. But I never mistook your silence for absence. I knew what was behind it. I saw the nights you overthought everything. I saw the moments you almost spoke to me but stopped halfway. I saw the questions you were afraid to ask, the doubts you didn't want to admit, the heaviness you tried to carry on your own. You may have felt alone in those moments, but you weren't. I was right there, closer than your next breath, listening even to the words you couldn't form. And I know something else too. You've been feeling it. That quiet ache. That subtle pull. The sense that something is missing. even when everything around you seems fine. You've tried to fill it with distractions, with noise, with staying busy, but it doesn't go away. Because that space was never meant to be filled by anything else. That space was created for me. You don't have to pretend with me. You don't have to clean yourself up before you come back. I'm not waiting for a perfect version of you. I'm waiting for the real you. The one who's tired. The one who's unsure. The one who doesn't have all the answers. I'm not overwhelmed by your thoughts. I'm not disappointed in your struggles. I understand them more deeply than you realize. Even now, as you're listening to this, part of you feels exposed, like I'm speaking directly into places you've kept hidden. That's because I am. Not to shame you, not to pressure you, but to remind you that I've never stopped understanding you. Not for a single moment. You may feel like you've drifted far, like too much time has passed, like the distance is too great to close easily. But from where I stand, you're not far at all. One honest moment, one real word, one small step toward me, and the distance disappears. I haven't turned away from you. I've been right here, waiting through every quiet day, every restless night, every unspoken thought. And even in your silence, I never stopped listening. And yet, even in all this silence, something has been happening that you haven't fully noticed. This distance you feel, this quiet stirring inside you, it isn't random. It's not just emotion. It's not just your mind trying to make sense of things. It's me, drawing you, calling you, pulling at something deeper within you that refuses to stay disconnected. You may have tried to ignore it, to brush it off, to tell yourself it's nothing, but it keeps returning, doesn't it? That feeling that something is unfinished between us. Listen carefully, because this is where you must not look away. This moment right here is not just another message, not just another voice passing through your day. This is an invitation, and not one that will keep repeating forever in the same way. I have been patient with you, yes. I have waited through your silence without forcing my way in. But now, I am making myself known to you again, more clearly, more directly, because something is shifting. You've been sensing it, even if you couldn't explain it. The restlessness, the way certain things no longer satisfy you the way they used to, the way distractions are starting to lose their grip, the way your heart pauses in unexpected moments, as if it's listening for something or someone. That's not coincidence. That's not SLUCHADIKAKI. That is me, moving closer in a way you can finally feel again. But here is what you need to understand. This moment matters. Not later. Not when you feel more ready. Now. Because every time you feel this pull and choose to ignore it, the noise of the world tries to cover it again. It doesn't mean I stop calling, but it does mean your heart becomes quieter in response. And I don't want you to miss this. I don't want you to walk away again thinking, I'll come back to this another time, only to feel that same distance grow stronger. There is something I want to restore in you. Something that cannot be rebuilt through distraction, through waiting, or through pretending everything is fine. It requires your attention, your willingness, your decision to stay here in this moment and not turn away. Because what you've been feeling lately, that emptiness, that longing, that quiet ache, it's not just a problem to solve. It's a signal, a sign that your soul is ready to reconnect, that your heart is ready to hear me again. So don't rush past this. Don't let your mind wander somewhere else. Stay with me. Let this moment unfold. Because I am not just reminding you of what was. I am preparing you for what is about to happen next. And if you leave too soon, if you close this off before it reaches your heart fully, you risk missing the very thing you've been searching for without even realizing it. I am speaking now. I am near now. And what comes next you need to hear. Now listen closely, because this is what you've been missing. This distance you've been feeling, it was never rejection from me. It was never punishment. You thought your silence pushed me away, but I do not step back from you the way people do. I don't withdraw my presence when you struggle. I don't turn cold when you grow quiet. What you felt was not my absence. It was the stretching of your soul, the space where something deeper was being formed within you. Every moment you thought you were lost, I was guiding you in ways you could not yet see. Every delay that frustrated you, every unanswered question, every night you felt like nothing was changing, it all carried meaning. You were not being ignored. You were being prepared. Prepared to seek me differently. Prepared to understand me beyond surface words and routine habits. Prepared to return not out of obligation, but out of genuine hunger. You see, before, you spoke to me because it was familiar. Now, you are being drawn back because it is necessary. There is a difference. One comes from habit. The other comes from awakening. And what you are feeling right now, that pull, that realization, that awareness that something has been missing, that is not guilt. That is invitation. That is me opening a door that was never locked, only waiting for you to notice it again. I allowed you to feel the quiet so you would recognize the value of my voice. I allowed the distractions to lose their satisfaction so you would see that they were never meant to replace me. I allowed the distance to become uncomfortable so you would no longer be at peace without me close. Not to hurt you, but to bring you back into something real, something alive, something deeper than what you had before. And now here you are. Not by accident, not randomly, but right on time. You thought you had gone too far, that too much time had passed, that maybe you wouldn't know how to come back the same way. But I am telling you this clearly. There is nothing broken between us that cannot be restored in a single moment of honesty. You don't need perfect words. You don't need a long explanation. You don't need to fix yourself first. All you need is willingness. Because the truth is, I never stopped speaking. You just couldn't hear me through everything else. But now the noise is fading. Now your heart is opening again. Now your spirit is remembering what it feels like to be near me. And this is where everything begins to change. Not tomorrow. Not someday in the future. Now, the connection you thought was lost is still alive. The relationship you thought had weakened is still waiting. And what you are stepping into now is not a return to what was. It is the beginning of something stronger, something deeper, something more real than you've ever experienced with me before. So don't hold back anymore. You are not starting over. You are stepping forward into something greater than you left behind. So come back to me now. Not with perfect words, not with rehearsed thoughts, but just as you are. You don't need to wait for the right moment. This is the moment. Right here, right now. Speak to me even if your voice feels small, even if your heart feels uncertain. I am listening. I have always been listening. Let this be the moment you stop holding back, the moment you stop delaying, the moment you return to what your soul hath been quietly longing for all along. You are not too far. You are not too late. You are not forgotten. You are mine, and I am here. If this message reached you, it was meant for you. This was not SLUJ Ikaki. This was not just another video passing through your day. This was me calling you back into something real. So don't leave this moment unchanged. Do something with it. Even if it's just one sentence, one whisper, one honest thought. let it be your step back toward me. And if you feel this in your heart right now, if something inside you is saying, "This is for me," then I want you to respond. Type "I'm coming back" in the comments, not for others, but as a declaration between you and me. Let it be your first step, your first yes. And as you step into this return, understand this: what you give in this moment can become a river that reaches far beyond you. When you choose to support this message, you are not giving to people. You are sowing into souls that are still wandering, still searching, still waiting to hear my voice. I am the one who multiplies what is placed in my hands, and I am telling you now, as you give, it will be given back to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. This is not just generosity. This is obedience. This is alignment. This is participation in something eternal. If you feel the stirring to help this word reach others, don't ignore it. Say within yourself, "Lord, I will be part of what you are doing." Act on it now. The PayPal link is waiting for you in the description, and even in the QR code before you. I have made a way for your seed to move quickly, without delay. Do not hesitate when I am calling you to act. What you release in faith, I will return in ways you cannot yet see. Blessed are you who respond in this moment, who choose not to stay silent, who choose not to hold back. I will open doors before you. I will restore what felt distant. I will pour into you as you pour out. So take the step. Speak to me. Move with me. And do not wait any longer.